this screenshot you have about your dream self, the new identity that you're shifting into, is great. It's amazing. You're creating this kind of vision, the direction, the leading inspirational path towards your living out more of your dream self, I would say. That is great, but today we're going to talk about how we can make that a little bit more flexible, how we can make that a little bit more fulfilling. I noticed I've been having different conversations with different people lately, and noticed that this kind of screenshot that people take is a little bit, make them be a little bit more rigid than they actually could be. Okay, so what am I saying when I'm talking about a screenshot? The screenshot is like this typical, okay, I have this dream and this is how it looks like. So I have a dream of living a more like free life, and I see myself walking to the beach from my home 5 minutes away on Hawaii. This is my kind of screenshot picture, like one moment of that dream reality that I want to picture myself. As I said, great vision. Okay, you should have that one. And then we maybe have been starting to journal a little bit about it. We have journaled about, or maybe heard others talk about, like, okay, so I'm going to feel into how is that person? What kind of habits does that person have? What routines does that person have? How am I living out my lifestyle the best in that kind of picturesque, like screenshot picture that I have? Also great. Also creating the kind of direction. The thing is that we can tend to get a little bit too rigid and not being able to be so flexible with our dreams, and it's not fulfilling us. Because when we are having this kind of screenshot, first and foremost, it's just one moment of the full dream. That's one thing. But when we're creating this kind of screenshot, everything else that we see around us, we take, or our mind takes that as error. Okay, so every single moment, everything I do that are not something that I get the flight ticket to Hawaii now, and I find the place to live on Hawaii now, and I am walking on this beach, all of that will internally and subconsciously be a error, error, error. You're not on your dream path, error. You're not living out your dream identity, error. When you're not seeing that, when you're, as I, sitting in cold Scandinavia who's raining right now, right? No, that might not actually be how you create your dream life the best, and how you shift into that kind of new identity of yours. Because we do tend to see that, okay, this is the picture I have, and now it's so far away from what I actually want to do. So that is the kind of first problem when we are picturing ourselves this kind of picture. And I'm going to tell you very soon, like, what we can do instead, or how we can adjust that a little bit. Not instead even, but adjust, make some tweaks in it. But what happens is, if we continue in this loop, is that, so every time your mind is just like, error, you're not living out your best life, error, you're not living that life of more, you become lower and lower in your energy. You become to think kind of negatively about your situation, and then you're not able to hold the vibe. And holding the vibe is one of the most essential and most important things when we are shifting identity, when we are navigating between two realities, and also in order for us to vibrationally, expand into something new, right? So then our vibration get lowered, and then we are just recreating the same old patterns, the same old life that we are living and that we want to see a change in. Do you follow me here? So the tweaks we can do when we're just like, I have this screenshot, I know now what I want to do, I have this big desire, now let's go out and create this one. The adjustment that we can make is to first and foremost understand that we are expansive as humans, as we are limited also in the same kind of reality that we are in. Because my version of me is more expansive than my past me. And my next version of me, where I'm shifting into what I evolve more into, will be more expansive than the current me. So the current me who have these kind of desires and how I want to live my life may miss some details and may see that there are actually a lot more opportunities for us to actually experience the same type of foundational fulfillment that we want to fulfill in our lives. And it actually doesn't only have to be it's on Hawaii or it's 5 minutes walk from the beach, right? It can look very different. It can be exactly that, but there are also so many other options or possibilities. And sometimes we can, when we lock that kind of picture in, we can get too rigid, and then we're actually not inviting the abundance in our dreams that we can. There might actually be things that are even better for you, even more expansive for you. There might be a life where you can live out even more of yourself in other ways, bigger than you can ever imagine right now, even bigger than this dream, living in Hawaii, right? So that's why we want to know that we have this picture, but we also have to be sure that we actually are focusing on the vibration, that we are actually focusing on the feeling. So let's say that you have you have done this kind of journaling, and let's say that you feel that in order for me to feel as my most like vibrant self, my most energetic self, I want to have a lot of superfoods in my kitchen. I mean, I'm picturing myself like taking out this kind of superfoods, and this feels so great, and I feel so great in my body, and I'm feeling so energetic throughout the days. Great. How can I live out that already now? How can I be in that already now? Well, do I feel great the food I eat today? Is there a shift I need to do in the food directly? Is there a shift in how I eat the food? Is there a shift in what I think when I eat the food, or what I think about the food, right? What's the shift I need to make here? Because that is actually the vibrational alignment and the vibrational fulfillment I want for this identity shift. It's not about me taking out the superfoods every single day, though that might be a very, very practical part of it. We have to make it sometimes practical, right? But it can come in so many different ways as well. And it may not only be through superfoods, not in this moment in life, right? Or it may not necessarily be about the superfoods in it all. Let's say that you buy all this superfood and you don't feel that as your new self. That happens so many times. You don't feel fulfilled. You don't feel that I still feel like my old me. Why is that? Because you feel the same about the food. You look at the food in the same way. You're treating the food in exactly the same way. So this kind of picture, this kind of vision, kind of have a little bit faulties in it, so to say. It kind of only scratched the surface, and what we then have created is a false sense of belief that we are creating momentum. And I think this is quite of a big thing, actually, that I think many do. We see this vision for ourselves, and we go ahead and go for it and create that kind of vision. Buy those things that we see that we are going to have, or get into those routines, and then we are not even able to receive it. Do we still feel the same? Then we actually haven't created any other results. I'm sorry to say, but that's kind of the truth, so to say. So, of course, we can change this. Of course, we can make these kind of tweaks. And this is why I'm bringing it up today, because I want you to really make those tweaks by when you're painting that vision, when you're seeing that vision, no matter what it is. First and foremost, saying to yourself, I know this is a really good, juicy one. But I know also that there are so many other possibilities for me, and that this screenshot might look a little bit different from what I perceive it as now. And it can come in different types of way, and I can be very flexible in it. And the next thing is this kind of vibration. What is it that I actually want to feel? What is it that I actually want to be fulfilled in? What is this about? Me being on Hawaii may make me be very connected to my free spirit, let's say like that, or be connected to my very, like, me being in nature or whatever. What is that about? Is that about like a deep connection with self, and that I create space for that connection with self? So that is actually my screenshot picture. Do you understand what I mean? So when I then begin to, look around, like, the mind is starting to like, do I have the evidence yet for that my dream self and my dream next identity is coming into fruition, when we are in those thoughts? And it's just like, yeah, I felt very connected today. Yeah, I did this practice and I was really like connected in the moment. Yeah, I felt very centered. Yeah, I was grounded. Yeah, you know, we suddenly start to see that, wow, it is actually changing and moving. And we start to create this momentum and start to create this kind of fulfillment in itself. Now is a time to quickly also announce, by the way, we can take this before I continue, that I have created a course that is called The Fulfilled You. This is the momentum course where we will go so much deeper into your desires. We will go deeper into your fulfillment and how we can be fulfilled here and now, already where we are, so that we can create our dream life and our dream identity. I really truly believe that we have to start with fulfillment. I've seen it for myself so many times. And when I've been breaking through this kind of inner resistance, so to say, when I've been starting to understand how I actually get the momentum going by being fulfilled in the now, then is when things have really started to change and shift for me. That has not only been for me, but I see it in so many other examples as well. So that and so much more, we're having this course, and you're so welcome to join. I will leave all the information in the description below, and yeah, go ahead and check it out if you want to. Yeah, I should not forget. So right now it's also on a discounted price. It is on a launch price. So now is the opportunity for you to grab it at a much lower price than I will have for a very, very long time. So if you are interested, this is the first week of this launch of this course. I decided to give a 40% discount on this course. So it's a good opportunity for you to grab it now also. Okay, let's continue and go into the next thing. Let's see what I have planned for us. Yeah, so one last thing that I want to talk about is this kind of screenshot that I talked about, and that we can create this almost false sense of creating the momentum. That is the same for your desires. What I noticed that when I am truly fulfilled, sometimes I actually have different desires than I had from before. Sometimes the picture is actually a little bit different, just because I did desire from a place of also lack or limitation or not being fulfilled in a certain type of way, right? And we will go deeper into that into the course, so I will not talk so much about that actually right now, but this is more so in regards to, understanding that the more that I can really be centered in myself and see that my dream life, my next identity, my new identity that I really want to get into, it gets to be evolved. And it gets to, change a little bit in how it looks, because I will take a new picture tomorrow and I will take another picture on Friday, right? Like the picture will change and shift a little bit, but exactly what's the kind of foundation of that dream, what that is, that will be the same. But that will only be the same if I desire from a place of fulfillment. You get it? So if you picture yourself like, when I have this job, when I make this job shift, everything will go so great. I will be happy. I will feel better again, like all of that. Probably that will help. Yeah, definitely. I'm not saying that. Probably that will help if you find a job that is more fulfilling to you. But you will not be able to actually feel and receive that fulfillment if you're not practiced it before. There will be parts of you that will be creating problems again, will see that this wasn't great, and also parts of you that may be desired just to get out of that situation. If I can just find a job where I can work a little bit from home, right? But you are actually someone who fully wants to work from home. But we desired from a state of, can I just get out of this? Okay. Can I just? So that screenshot is always evolving. That screenshot is always changing and shifting a little bit. It may not look exactly how you want it to. Once again, it is the direction, it is the vision, but that's it. Let yourself evolve into that dream more and more as you evolve, as more as you grow. This is not about just making this kind of external changes and getting ourselves into routine or changing that job without changing our internal being. And I think that is so important, and that's why I wanted to talk about this today. I hope that this was helpful. I think I'm done for today. Do you think that? I don't know. give this a like if you like this video. I got a lot of likes from one of my newest videos. What was it called? Yeah, your dream self needs space. Keep on listening to your within talks. Bye.